Coming up on Mountain News this morning, the search for a Kentucky missing infant is taking a new direction as it continues. And those in favor and those opposed to school choice in Kentucky are making their voices heard ahead of November's vote.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Hey, good morning, 6 o'clock. Jim Freeman here on Wednesday. Glad you are along today. It's Wednesday, June the 12th. And I'm not sure what Tim Drawbridge came up with that 1980s photo of me, but I kind of like that. Tim, let's check in with you for a full forecast today. Meteorologist Tim Drawbridge. Tim?
And the heat is on, right? Outside our door, the visibility right now continues to lower here in the heart of Perry County. And you can see leaving Perry County into Harlan County, the visibility drops 4 miles your way. Buck and a quarter toward Williamsburg, and the visibility now officially less than 10 miles up your way at Ashland. Temperature-wise, we're all in the 50s. Still a good feel to the air this morning. Minus Irvin checking in at 49, meaning not in the 50s. The satellite weather composite, some clouds streaming in from the west the last few hours, just dimming some of the starlight and moonlight on the overnight period. Now, this boundary to the north and west, it'll be sinking down. It doesn't make it here this time. That allows the heat and then the humidity to build here over the next few days. Lots of sunshine today and a forecast high of 82. All right, more about the First Alert 7-day forecast minus the photos from the 80s from both Jim and Tim. That's all coming up in a few moments. Jim, back to you.
Very good, Tim. Thank you. I like that, Jim and Tim. Kentucky State Police are looking and now using cadaver dogs as they search for a missing 8-month-old from Ohio County. Maya Tucker Rudd was last seen in late April, and her parents cannot tell police where she is. KSP says Family Services removed 3 older siblings from the home some time ago. They're also in the process of removing Maya, whose umbilical cord tested positive for meth. But when officials went to the home on May 30th, the baby wasn't there. Several people are facing various charges in the case. An endangered child alert was issued for a missing 5-year-old out of Claiborne County, Tennessee. Police are looking for October Cooper in New Tazewell. Officials say she could be with her non-custodial mother, Victoria Cooper. She's wanted for custodial interference. If you see either October or her mother, you're advised to call police immediately. A life-saving lesson at UK. One group is working to make sure people know how to respond if a young child needs CPR. According to the American Heart Association, there are 23,000 out-of-hospital pediatric cardiac arrests each year. More than 7,000 of those turn deadly. On a campaign to reduce infant mortality, the Temper Seeley Foundation grants funds for the AHA with UK Hospital to give expecting parents and caregivers life-saving tools.
This kit includes an infant mannequin, instructional videos, and other resources to provide parents and caregivers hands-on practice to equip them with the life-saving skills they'll need.
On the American Heart Association's 100th year of operation, they say the kits will help them achieve their organization's main purpose, which is to turn a nation of bystanders into a nation of lifesavers. Bluegrass Care Navigators spent the day raising money and awareness, hitting the airwaves for Pikeville Radio on Tuesday. Representatives for the organization visited Q95 in Prestonsburg yesterday, sharing their stories of families, community members, and those impacted by hospice care in the programs at Bluegrass Care Navigators. Executive Director Jennifer Starr said it was all about sharing stories and building support for the mission.
We are trying to raise awareness for what we do at Bluegrass Care Navigators. We are local people, neighbors helping neighbors. Definitely couldn't provide this kind of care and support without the help of the community.
Community Trust Bank promised to match donations up to $1,500 during the Radio Day event. Starr says that partnership means everything and helps them keep their outreach programs free to families. The topic of school choice in the Commonwealth will be settled this fall by Kentucky's voters. The legislature previously approved a school choice measure, but the state Supreme Court struck it down as unconstitutional. In the build-up to ballots being cast this November, groups on both sides are rallying. Jeremy Toms has the latest on this ongoing debate.
Protect Our Schools KY launched its campaign in Lexington on Tuesday, with the coalition saying it's dedicated to defeating the school choice amendment in Kentucky.
For many students, public schools are more than just a place of learning. They are a lifeline. We must do everything we can to protect them.
The group is backed by the Kentucky Parent Teachers Association, the KEA, and on Tuesday, several of Fayette County's leaders spoke out as well.
We're funneling resources away from an already underfunded public school system into unaccountable private schools.
Constitutional Amendment 2 will appear on Kentucky ballots this fall. If passed, it will allow the legislature to provide public dollars to, quote, students outside the system of common schools.
The tapestry of education in Kentucky is woven from the fabric of our public schools, and every student deserves to be a part of it.
Opponents like this rising Henry Clay Sr. say the amendment would tear at that very fabric. But Jim Waters is among those in favor of parents having options. He points to the success of other states with better academic outcomes than Kentucky.
In Florida, the more choice they had, the better their public education system performed.
Waters notes that 45 other states have some sort of school choice system. Says they also tend to spend less.
In Fayette County, we're spending $22,000 per pupil. How much do these folks think we should spend before it becomes about something other than money?
But FCPS board chair Tyler Murphy contends that public schools are being asked to do so much more than just educate. Losing those dollars would be detrimental.
We're feeding children, we're connecting them with community resources, we're providing health care. With less resources to do that work, then all of that work's jeopardized.
In Lexington, Jeremy Toms, WKYT.
Thanks, Jeremy. Protect Our Schools KY used the meeting to discuss how voters can get involved in various organizing efforts. The coalition will have more campaign events during the next week in Ashland and in Louisville.
And a good Wednesday morning to you. Some of us waking up to some locally dense fog this morning out toward Williamsburg, now just a few hundred feet. Ashland visibility has dropped down to 9 miles. Same deal at Prestonsburg. Harlan has been fluctuating, but still some fog issues as you leave Hazard down to the south. It is 58 at Jackson. It is 53 as you make your way toward the London Corbin Airport. Jonesville at 50 and 51. Good morning to you up in Ashland. Got some clouds streaming in from the west and southwest. Indeed, just dim the sunshine a touch. Really not at all based on how the clouds continue to move on in. Just got to change it up a little bit because we got to change here. Cold front sinking southeastward. Not going to make it here this time, which allows the heat and humidity to continue to build. So for today, lots of sunshine on the drive to work and school, and on the way home this afternoon, the same deal. A forecast high where we should be this time of the year to 82 in Hazard. How hot, how humid, we'll let you know. Your First Alert 7-day forecast is coming up in just a few moments. Jim?
Thanks, Tim. Thanks for joining us for Mountain News this morning. More news is on the way.